Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Gemini, and always a big welcome to those zodiac signs that felt like this constellation holds an inspiration for them as well. I always do the reading exactly on the day the moon is in your sign, so when I look at the moon, I see the constellation Gemini behind it. And when I look at the sun, I see the constellation Libra behind it. So here we have two air signs. One is mutable and one is cardinal. And one is ruled by Venus and one is ruled by Mercury. The understanding here is that the sun, which is of course now for 1 month in the sign of Libra, is as well through the big cycle that the Earth is spinning in the age of Pisces. So behind all of it is the energy of love. Love that becomes now a focus into justice, into a righteousness, which is wrong. Why can we have that power? Why should we have that power to be righteous? When we make mistakes, it's for those who are in the light to recognize that that person is just lost for a moment and that we have to help them come back into the light. It's almost saying, if I'm righteous, if I can tell someone, no, you do wrong, you are wrong, right? In a relationship here, the lovers, then I am wrong as well, because how am I going to tell someone you acted wrong? In that moment, I have the opportunity to allow the other person, through my grace, through my love, to find its way back to the light. And I'm not really a Bible person, but of course there is this one saying in the Bible, in the New Testament, that the black sheep is the one sheep that Jesus was looking for, who's taking care of, right? And so when we have this judgment, right, the judgment of judging someone, then we have to also understand that we judge ourselves, because the lovers is about you coming into your center, you finding your opposite side within you, you loving yourself, the conscious loving the subconscious, and the subconscious is looking up at the higher conscious. So that's the story. And of course Libra is highlighting the moon is giving the light and giving beauty and harmony. And I rather like the word harmony here, because it feels harmonious when we are in our center and not in the light judging the dark, right? It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. The yoga position that I gave Libra is squatting with the hands in Namaste, standing on the toes, and this big energy here is giving us, you have to hold yourself in your own judgment. You have to come into your own center. And we humans feel that down here. You got one of the most difficult positions, which is King Pigeon. Reaching back to your feet, which is the subconscious. The conscious, the arms are reaching back, and in that I see the higher conscious. I see that I am a child of higher consciousness, and I don't need to condemn neither the black, neither the white. I don't need to judge people anymore. Yeah? So that's your yoga position for you in the last reading, where the sun was in Virgo. The message was you're recognizing the soul's path and live it here. The understanding here is that 2 times the page of voices came up, which is that the young generation of air signs connected with that, and in the center that angel, right, that is looking over, looking back. So let's see how we can weave that into this reading today. Your court card is the Knight of Swords. If your birthday is between May 10th and June 9th, this is your court card. The court cards are a little different than the monthly cards of your sign. So please look in the description below. I have listed all the dates for the court cards. Now, last time I was reading from right to left, which I don't do anymore. I'm still changing things. Yeah. So what happened is I realized that I want to do once a year, give you on your full moon your full reading, your soul path reading from right to left, which is the big cycle of 25,800 years that the Earth is spinning around itself on its own axis. And the other readings that you get once a month, you get from left to right the normal 365 days reading, which is then a year that the Earth spins around the sun. So let's begin. On the position of the Fool, you have the 4 of Pentacles, and you see here the Fool is going from right to left, which is the big cycle, right? But now we're going in this way. But the Fool is a state of consciousness in your mind, and this state of consciousness is saying the sun in Capricorn. I guess when the sun is in Capricorn in a few months, the 4 of Pentacles are gonna speak to you, and the 4 of Pentacles here is a stability, is a material stability. That's it, right? There's not more to it. There's a material stability, the 4 elements, and of course here we have the banner in the center. That will be then the 5th, the space that you have to bring yourself into. On the position of the Magician, also a state of consciousness, but now more directive. The Fool is kind of like a fool, right? He's just like, oh, I have this idea and I just want to be, acting up on this idea. And this idea is saying, I want to be stable here. I want to have money here in this dimension. I want to be safe. I want to be good. And then from 4 to 5, because this is the number 32, you get the Luminous Warrior. And the Luminous Warrior is saying, yeah, if you are righteous, if you are looking for the truth, if you are connected always to the good, and like I said, the good energy that we want to see in this world. No one judges no one, even we make the biggest mistake. I know it sounds very hard, right? But the Luminous Warrior is saying, the Luminous Warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. He's impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what's hidden in the dark. Since he has cast no shadows, he is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. his power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all costs. Now you have a sword. And he's not using the sword. So it's almost like inviting you to not use your sword anymore, your sharp mind, but become the magician as a luminous warrior that is giving direction and energy to what you want in this world. On the position of the High Priestess comes Libra, justice, harmony, balance, and we see how she holds the scale. We see how there is white and there is the black of the yin and yang. And it's interesting because her black is here and here it's on this side. So she has the black on the right side and Libra has the black on the left side. Now, again, why, right? We don't understand sometimes why. Now this is the Hermetic Tarot and this is Rider-Waite. So here we see the symbol of yin and yang separated, right? And Libra looking at us, and here she's standing holding the sword in her right hand, pointing down. Here she points the sword up. It's so interesting, right? How every school was doing it in a different way. And so in a way, it's almost like you need to find what is right for you. You need to find then what this luminous warrior wants to fight for. What kind of injustice he sees. That's the injustice he still recognizes in himself. So the less he is actually searching for problems, the more he sees the solutions, the more he can come into a balanced state. So the number 11 is coming here and speaking to you. And then on the position of the Empress comes the Lovers, L'Amoureux, French cards, Oswald Wirth. And you see that this is also still a state of consciousness. The first 4 cards are all state of consciousness. There is no zodiac sign connected to it. So there is a birth, a rebirth of you coming into a harmonious understanding. Understanding that you as a female energy, as a incorporating the opposite energies, that's what I said, right? We have to find within ourselves the love of male and female. And you are learning to really give birth now to yourself through this angel that is pointing down at you. This angel that is looking down at you and is pointing directly his arrow at you, not at her and not at her, at you. The crossing of the arms is the left and right hemisphere of the brain connecting to the body, right? So the right side is the masculine, but it's on the left side that we have the masculine, the logical mind. And so when I put my hand here, it's like saying, yes, I am connecting deeply to myself. I am feeling he's in his center. He's not being lured neither by her and neither by her. He is true, or he stays true to himself, and that's what you give birth to. That's what you want as a consciousness. You are bringing yourself into that consciousness because Libra is kind of speaking to you through the High Priestess. These are women. Libra is a woman. High Priestess is a woman. And then comes you. Your card, right? Your position. the Lovers comes the Seven of Pentacles. Then when you have that, you can create more money, because you have understood that this money here at the position of the Fool is here anyway. This is the number 4. This is the world. This is everything the world gives us is in this card. It's almost like you recognize now that, yes, I love myself. I am connected with myself. Now, am I able to attend going from 6 to 7? Am I able to attend the energy? So you have a 4. Then you go into a 5. Then you have the 11 in between, a portal, the 1-1. And then you have 6, 7. So you have a succession of 4, 5, 6, 7. Very interesting. Of course, the 11 in between, but nevertheless, it's 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a succession in when you are really truly with yourself, then you can attend anything and you can make the financial situation grow further and know that you have the power. Now I can put you here or here, right? So I put you here because I'm going the small cycle, and this is where you heading at, right? You're heading at the understanding that you are now growing and attentively taking care of your finances and wanting to protect and support this state that you're arriving at. And so just let go of this, right? Like the Luminous Warrior doesn't need a sword. He just is here and knows what he needs to do. On the position of the Wheel of Fortune comes the number 22. And the 22 is now as well a succession of the 11 into 22. Being in your center, being righteous, of course, being in your center, being in your harmony makes you grow wings, makes you go forward, makes you go into the 22. 11, 22. So you again have a succession there as well. And you are going to fly because you have attended, so you have the liberty and the freedom to experience this energy and fly like a bird, right? Like a bird. 22. On the position now of the Libra energy comes the 3 of Pentacles. Now you have 4 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles, which I just realized make 11. So 11, 11, right? So there we have a moment of, okay, 11, 11 makes 22. So if you know that you have always what you need here on planet Earth, if you are in your center and if you are tending the finances, then you will have the freedom to fly, the freedom to co-create with others, because this is Mars in Capricorn. And Mars in Capricorn is the warrior. And here you have the warrior. And Mars in Capricorn is saying, then you can build a triangle that's pointing upwards. The triangle that's pointing upwards is action, is doing, is reaching, is creating something with others. And you looking at that and you know that you want to create that with others through the power of Libra, through the power of being in your center. Being absolutely centered, being here. On the position of the Hanged Man comes this stone to you as a help for the next step to enlightenment, which is Rhodonite. The Rhodonite, number 43. And the Rhodonite, the number 43 is a 7, is tying back to this 7. 7-7 portal. And the Rhodonite is saying harmony in relationships, an easy access to human, to be open, to give and to take, hidden talents that you discover, and to get into a group or like a tribe or into a community. This is a community. This is a tribe. Tri is when we have to vote, right? As soon as there's 3, there is a tribe. And so you are now invited to then attend the financial situation that is good for you, to now make more of it. So you had 11 now, and 3 more. That is 14, and 14 makes a 5. So you attending the earth, you are fighting for not a harmony or a justice situation, but you are wanting to be the warrior that is here to protect people like this, right? To protect this tribe that is here, discovering the power of a spiritual consciousness between human beings, because that's what Libra does. Libra is all about communication, about relationships, right? And you are the messenger. You love to communicate. You love to talk and share with others your ideas. On the position of the moon comes the closing door, completion. A 5. Another 5 speaking to you here in a 5-5 portal. And this 5-5 portal with the 14 coins, which is also then a 5, is letting you know then a chapter can be closed. Now it depends, are you on this side or are you behind the door in that side? That's up to you, right? If that chapter closes, are you able to see that? Are you able to go that path? The moon, which is in your sign, what door is closing? You know. Because then comes, on the position of the sun, the number 22, the air, the motion. And you are an air sign. And you are an air sign, and look at you. You are fast, like these horses. And you want to create emotion. You want to create something that is giving you power now. Once you close this door, right, the moon is helping you to close a chapter in your subconscious, to close it and to come deeply into your self-love and realize, yes, here I am loving myself. I close this door, even though there's a lot of light behind it. No, I close this door. And so here the sun, and the sun is in Libra, is telling you, move on, move, go forward. With the 3, start creating new things, start moving a 22 portal. Then you get the freedom, then you get the liberty to move and to go to places. Then you have the liberty to go and be this inspiration. A big inspiration, because then on the position of judgment, of course I don't like that word either. For me this is awakening, a deep awakening, the angel calling down here to these three people, awakening, coming out of their coffin, awakening. It's the wake-up call into habits. What kind of habits do you have? Look at them. Examine habits that may impede the pathways to your goals and encourage beneficial ones. 6. 6, 6. What habits? The habit of being pushed to the right or the left. No, you stay in your center. Very clear, very strong. You hold yourself in your own regards, and you also have here again two people. It's almost like these are the two. See that? Here's a tree and here's a tree. These are the two people, and this is within you, these two people, and you gotta find yourself, and you gotta be with yourself, and then you can have through that 6-6 portal an understanding that the creativity in your third eye is helping you to awaken to that, awaken to this message. Because then on the position of the world comes another 3 of Pentacles. Another Mars in Capricorn. So now you don't have 14, you have 17 coins. 17, 1 is on the Magician, the Luminous Warrior. The 7 is the 7 of Pentacles. And together it's an 8. Then you are in the loop of infinity. Then you are in the loop of understanding that the world has infinite resources and we can have infinite amounts of money building with others. When we work with others, when we come into this understanding that here I have to examine my habits, that they may block me from the goals that I want to go, right? Why? Why is that so? Learn to go with this triangle, with the action upwards, because that's what Capricorn does. Capricorn is the goat that climbs up the steepest wall. It's unbelievable when we watch them. They like go up. And so here you see 3 heads. Right, here are 3 coins. So now we have the number 8 or the 17, and the 17 is the age of Aquarius, is the star. And then to the 8, the shadow side of the age of Aquarius is going to be Leo. And the same to Virgo. Virgo was the shadow side to the age of Pisces. And so there is a combination. There is this, yes, we have to bring energies together. We don't have to separate. We have to bring them together within us, and then we understand the power of consciousness. The power of consciousness that then the world works together to build together a new paradigm, right? A new energy. And so here the 3 and the 4 then creates a 7, and then again the 7-7 portal that is with the material world. If we attend, if we are conscious, if we understand how all of this is working, it will work. And that's the message for you. The message is that you have to learn to work with that. Work with the finances, the 17, which becomes an 8, the infinite loop. Work with that. The 8 above his head. Work with the 8, the infinite energy of then also the warrior that is taking care then of the finances. Because you only have finances here, right? You don't have anything else in the tarot. You have, as the physicalness, you have the 4, the 7, the 3, and the 3. You see that 2 times 3 is then in a way a 6, right? But here a 4 and a 7 is 11. And you are now understanding the financial situation much, much better, because that's something you're not so familiar with, because you are a sword, you are air, you are thoughts. So are you now creating out of your thoughts, out of your ideas, money, so that you can protect this money, right? It's not just about having money, it's about then how we're going to protect it, how we're going to be that luminous warrior no matter what, if we have a lot of money or not. And this is a big push towards you to actually create that. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because then the Earth is turning in such a way that we see behind the sun the constellation Scorpio. And Scorpio is about huge transformation. Scorpio is the one that is helping us to dive deeper into love, into even a real deep self-love. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.